Thanks, Fred. We're joined by three lovely ladies who are changing the face of knitting, and they are from the Canning Agricultural, Horticultural and Recreational Society. I have on my right, or potentially your left, Diane, Stephanie and Sophie. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Diane, tell us a little bit about the society and what you do.
Okay, well, some of your viewers would already know a little bit about the Canning Agricultural Society. One of the things that we do is run the annual Canning Agricultural Show, and in there we have our competition for arts and handicrafts and knitting. We were looking at some of the figures in recent years and discovered that knitting was on the decline and no one was entering anymore. So we took up that challenge. We asked for donations of wool and we got some money from the community and we started a 4-week programme. That's a year and a half ago and we're still knitting.
Fantastic.
So what we're hoping to see is that the people who come along shrug off that sort of idea that knitting might be dowdy or something that your granny did and actually get into it. And that's why these fantastic volunteers have taken on a challenge that's just a little bit more edgy and not only doing something for ourselves but also doing something for the community as well.
Oh, brilliant. And you've got a number of projects on at the moment that people can get involved in.
That's right.
Now, one of those is yarn bombing.
Well, that's right. Come along on a Wednesday night to the Canton Exhibition Centre and have a couple of hours and learn a bit more about it, but I've got an expert.
Wonderful, and I believe that's Sophie. So Sophie, tell us a bit about your role in this yarn bombing.
My first task was to colour coordinate the trolley, which I did, and then presented the colours to the ladies. It was their responsibility to pick a colour and make up a section to yarn bomb the trolley. After that, I put it together, and my main job was to tizzy it up, make it look fancy.
And that it does. Wow.
So I did all the flowers, all the crocheting. Some of the flowers are crocheted, some of the flowers are knitted, and some of the flowers are made on a flower loom and put them around the edge of the trolley, and also knitted some tulips around the side there, as you can see.
A lot of detail there. We've got some friends that we're going to talk about in the trolley later as well. But this yarn bombing, it's like guerrilla graffiti. It's really and that edgy sort of cool graffiti
it's
side
something
without
different.
being messy.
Take away the boredom of just knitting a sweater. Get people
we love
in.
those sweaters. No, but yes, much cooler.
Make it fun for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've done a brilliant job, by the way.
I think the ladies have done a great job.
Yeah. Look, now let's have a look at our friends inside. I believe the Teddy Bear project is...
yeah, we're knitting, it's a charity project at the moment. We're knitting a number of bears for Operation Christmas Child. They get put in a box of things, so when the child opens it, the first thing they see is a bear. So they're very easy to make, and it's things that anybody can take on as a charity project. So basically, to end up with this, you knit a square. Oh yes, if you hold that, you knit a square. You then fold the square in half and sew up the back, so you end up with this.
So this is all one piece of
It's
material?
all one piece of knitting. So something that's a square. So you basically just knit a few rows for his shoes, knit some rows for his pants, some for his shirt and some for his head. And then once you've sewed the back up and sewed his feet up, you stuff him with just stuffing you can get around craft shops and the like. And then you just sew up a little line up in the middle so it looks like he's got pants on.
Oh.
Yeah. Then run a line of yarn around the separation between his head and his shirt and pull it tight so it makes a little neck. And you can always put a piece of ribbon around. Then on the body part, sew down so it looks like he's got arms, so like with his hands in his pockets. And then you've left the top open for just in case you need to stuff a bit more stuffing in, like this one here.
Yep.
So once you're happy with the stuffing, you then sew the top up and then you sew some ears. So depending on whether you do them pointy or a bit rounder, you can have either a bear or a cat or a koala. And then for this one, you to finish off, you sew on a face.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, so it's lots of fun. You can put some hair on or a little, some people have put like ribbons in ears, so for a little girl, bear
lovely.
or, yeah, so depending on how you sew the colour scheme of the bear, you can have, you know, little girls or boy bears or, you know, cats or whatever it is you end up making by the way you sew the ears and the little face.
Look, that's fantastic, and thank you for sharing that with us.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, as I said, it's, you know, as long as you can do a knit stitch, anybody can do these.
Yeah. And look, if that people need to learn as well, there are classes on a Wednesday. How would
That's
you
right.
find out about those?
Sure, certainly. Go to the CAHRS website or give us a call in the office. For local people, we can come along any Wednesday night, but we also have an opportunity. We'll be in Carousel Shopping Centre on the 29th of June, and we
29th of
will be
June.
there all day. And if someone wants to just come along and ask a question either about yarn bombing or about knitting teddies for charities or just their own work that they've dropped a stitch and they've lost their way, bring it along. We'll be there all day, happy to help. And if you can knit and you feel you're good enough, now's the time to think about getting a project going for the canning show, because it's the 1st of November and it's not that far away.
It's not. Well, look, ladies, we have to wind it up there, but absolutely wonderful. It's definitely changed my view of knitting. There's so much you can do, whether it's a small project, big one. This yarn bombing, it's very exciting that it's coming back to the forefront. We hope to have you back on closer to the show, the canning show. Good luck with your preparations. Thank you all for watching out there. It's back to Fred now, but for more information, please go to www.thecouch.com.au.